Before this video starts, I'd just like to say if you want to show your support towards me in some way, consider buying Bodhi and Friends on Steam or Itchio. It's only $6 and it has a couple hours worth of content as well. So if you'd like to play Bodhi and Friends, you can buy it on Steam or Itchio, or you can play the free demo version on Itchio if you can't afford or don't want to buy the full game yet. Oh, also, be sure to check out the demo for my latest game, Shadow Memories, on Itchio as well, and consider wishlisting the full game on Steam if you enjoy. And with that out of the way, let's continue on with the video. Hey guys, Omogonix here, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel, where today I'll be talking about the future of my game, Bod and Friends. Bod and Friends released back in August of this year, August 12th to be exact, the exact same day Gartner Ban 4 released, and I didn't find out about this till about 2 days before release. So anyways, after release, I got to work on version 1.1, and version 1.1 included a whole lot of changes, bug fixes, optimizations, and also a few new additions such as a VSync option, metal footstep sounds when walking on metal materials, and even a mini game for the Monster Crunch arcade where you can run over sheep in your car. This update took me longer than I thought it would to make. There just ended up being a bunch more fixes, optimizations, and changes that I wanted to do than I thought, since I wanted version 1.1 to be a really good update that ironed out most problems I found with the game, and based on some flat player feedback as well. I also made difficulty balances in version 1.1, since some people found certain parts of the game difficult or near impossible, depending on the difficulty they were playing on. If you play on the hardest difficulty, Monster Crunch difficulty, you should expect yourself to have a challenging time, but I will admit that there were a few areas of the game that did have to be nerfed in order to make the Monster Crunch difficulty a little more bearable even for myself. So yeah, version 1.1 overall was a big bulk update I made to Bod and Friends so then I didn't have to do lots of smaller updates instead. Now, I think shortly before releasing version 1.1, Unity announced their new runtime fee policy, which made me question whether or not I wanted to do another update for Bod and Friends after version 1.1. But after a bit of time, of course, Unity did make a whole bunch of big changes to their policy, including the fact the Unity runtime fee now won't apply to older versions of Unity released before 2024. I do want to clarify that I myself wasn't going to be affected by Unity's runtime fee, since I am a smaller developer after all, and Bod and Friends plus none of my other games are nowhere near meeting the threshold to have to pay the runtime fee. I just didn't feel comfortable using Unity right after the whole runtime fee situation broke out, and decided at the time I might not want to continue updating Bod and Friends after version 1.1, but now that there's been changes to the policy that make me feel more comfortable, I will definitely be doing a version 1.2 update when I get around to it. So will I continue to do more updates for Bod and Friends, and if so, how much? So yes, I will definitely be doing another update for Bod and Friends. I will admit that I am not ready to start work on version 1.2 yet, since I'm busy with other stuff right now, but I do have plans for a version 1.2 which will mainly include fixes, additions, optimizations, and whatever else is needed, of course. I do have a new Monster Crunch arcade game planned as well, which I will keep a surprise, but yeah. After version 1.2, I'm not sure what's next to come for the first installment of Bod and Friends, but I do have future Bod and Friends games planned for when I'm ready to start work on them. I did actually have another Bod and Friends related project in development not too long ago, but I halted development on it after the whole Unity runtime fee fiasco. I know I said Shadow Memories will be my last Unity game, but this Bod and Friends related project I was making was at a good point in development. In fact, a demo was getting close to being ready, but then I stopped development on it. I've kinda forgotten about that game until recently, and I kinda want to finish development on it. Now, whilst I do want to continue development on this new Bod and Friends related project, I am caught between whether I want to start development all over again in Godot, or continue the current work I have done for it in Unity. I'm kinda leaning towards starting all over again in Godot, since I've been using Godot a bunch more lately for 2 new Mushi's Kitchen projects I'm making, and I'm confident in switching completely from Unity to Godot after Shadow Memories for future projects. So I'll probably be remaking the new Bod and Friends related project in Godot, but we will see how I feel. I do have a lot of the core mechanics already made up in Unity, and as I said, I was close to getting a demo done, but with me having not worked on that project for a while and me not really wanting to use Unity for new projects after Ualium Shadow Memories, I am confident in starting development over again in Godot. It won't really faze me at all. I don't need to remake exactly what I had already made in Unity, especially since I have better ideas for how I could do things since I last worked on that project. If you've watched far enough into this video and want to see that new Bodhi and Friends related project come out at some point, be sure to let me know, because I am willing to continue working on that. It was quite a fun game to work on, and I'd love to show it off, even if it, is a Unity game. I'd still love to release it at some point. Anyways guys, that's the end of this video, so yes, I will most likely be making a version 1.2 update for Bod and Friends, and depending on how things go, that may be the last update, since I feel like the game won't need any more updates after that. If you'd like to buy Bod and Friends for yourself to show your support, I'd very much appreciate it, and if you can't afford the game or you don't want to buy it right now, there is a free demo for Bod and Friends you can try out on Itchio as well. It is an older version of the game that has a bunch of differences and more bugs compared to the full version, but it does give you a taste of what to expect. Anyways guys, again, that's the end of this video, and I'll see you all soon again. Bye bye.